Here we go.
That's a fucking healthy board. Thank you, sir.
Start the problem, start the clock.
Start probably up.
What's that from?
GQ. Fuck GQ.
General quarters. All the things you need to do in the Navy. We were doing
It's Magic Best Stations.
Yeah. You ready? Have you guys ever heard this podcast?
Yeah, I have. I've listened to it.
Okay.
Little bits.
I listened to the ones with your wives.
Do you hear our intro? No? You ready? Mm-hmm. You ready? You ready?
Jack, get it over with. He's like, are you ready?
Oh, welcome back, you motherfuckers. That's how we start this show.
Nice.
So,
she's like disappointed.
She's like, ooh.
Where are the fireworks and the pyrotechnics?
I can't put this on my tiki-taki. My fan base, your fan base, not friends.
Can you not say motherfucker on TikTok?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the trucker.
Okay.
That's the sailor in me, man. I don't know what you fucking want from me. I cuss pretty heavily on this episode, so I'm gonna call it out. We were gonna play a drinking game every time I said fuck you had to drink.
Oh.
We're gonna need more.
Yeah.
We're gonna need more.
We'll have to break to get liquor.
Yes.
So might as well put an IV in me.
So yeah, I got a girl for that. So if you could not tell, we do have friends in the studio today, aka my guest bedroom. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves, and then we will get into who you are, how we know you, all of the things.
Yeah, go ahead, baby.
Me? Okay. My name's Kayla Fox. I'm married to Logan, and this is how we're here because he knows Jerett.
Yeah.
You want me to introduce like what I do for a living, or just
Sure. Give me a little cliff note. Give me an elevator pitch.
So I'm a mom.
Oh, okay.
So we'll just stop there. We'll just stop there. Okay.
Episode over. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
Well, see, I'll see myself out. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, most important job on the planet, 100%.
hardest job.
Yes.
And then I'm also a real estate agent and a financial advisor.
Okay.
And I am Logan. Known Jerett for quite a while,
We're gonna
since
age ourselves
08.
there. Yeah. We're gonna age ourselves
just
there.
aged ourselves. I'm a respiratory therapist, about to quit because fuck the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Financial freedom.
Dad, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the premise on what we're going to get into today. We're not going to ruin it before we have them draw a listener question, but for everybody out there, we did get a request for passive income and how people can retire early and make good financial decisions and all the things that people need to know that they're not taught and nobody's talking about. Yeah. And this is how the rich get rich and the poor stay poor. Yep. So we're going to try to help everybody break into this fucking game and make it even for everybody.
Let's do it.
Things I wish I would have been taught 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, Nathan, you're about the only child I know who listens to this.
Yeah.
Invest, motherfucker. Fucking tune into this because you're going to have a real good fucking awakening right now, my guy. Sorry, I'm trying to record you guys and do all this stuff.
Nathan's smart, though. I figured Nathan would probably be like, I know that. Did you guys think about diversifying in this, too?
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I want people to question us and be smart.
100%. So
He's a 17-year-old kid, and he told his parents, I need to move out of the state because I will never be able to afford a house or a life here.
Wow.
Put his parents on payroll.
Yeah.
Like, you guys can be my employees because I'm going to use you as a tax write-off.
100%.
That's right.
So,
100%.
Hell yes.
So the Foxes, you're gonna be affectionately known as the Foxes.
Okay.
we call ourselves the financial foxes.
The financial guys, these guys are twins.
You practice?
Yeah.
Aliens.
Yeah. She tapped him before she started.
He's touching foreheads.
So the Foxes brought us Jameson and ginger and lime. Jameson, ginger, and lime drinks, which we are going to drink. And we are also going to have some of this. I don't know if it's FEW or few. There's dots in between. I don't fucking know, man. I think this was a birthday gift.
I think so.
It's probably because you drink it and go, whew.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I'll tell you right now. Wait.
We'll tell you.
It is. No, it's only 93 proof. It's not too much fire.
That's okay.
Lance brought me a 116 proof bottle.
Yeah, that's
They said
spicy.
gasoline, this is $5 a gallon.
Yeah.
Is that unleaded?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's unleaded.
Put this in my car right now.
Lead in now.
Oh yeah, there's a couple we go. Let's let that ice cube sit there for a minute or two.
Let that fucking
Why is
rust.
it on fire? I don't know.
Yeah, so this is just a straight rye whiskey, 93 proof, 46.5%. It's a cool little bottle.
Looks like an old-timey, medicine bottle.
Yeah.
Straight up from Lawless.
Yeah.
Brown paper bag.
Exactly.
That's Mad Dog.
A little bit of the hops.
We're a little bit classier. A little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah, no.
I grew up in
Don't tell me
Paris,
that.
okay? That's what we
nice.
ran. Boone's Farm and Mad Dog.
Oh, yeah. Did you see the new videos where kids are discovering what Mad Dog 2020 is?
Yes.
My favorite thing on the
Discovering, you're like, this is old news,
The
kids.
original Four Locos.
But I'm like, did you guys have Sparks? Because that was
yes.
the original energy drink with alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
It was just a battery.
Yeah.
Battery acid
Made your
slime.
heartbeat sideways.
You know, and there's things that kids today will never understand about our generation, but they do still sell Steel Reserves, and I think it's still like $2.19 a can.
Oh, yeah.
It's like fucking that and Arizona iced tea have never changed the price.
Arizona's.
That's true. Arizona, those were good.
All the poison we used to drink.
It was fun.
Gotta pass it on though, you know.
We're okay.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
You guys are financial planners.
That's probably why
we're doing okay.
Probably why these kids are, a little out there because they don't drink the shit we used to.
Yeah.
100%. All right, man.
Ooh.
Smells like it'll get the job done.
No more nose hair.
No more. It's called the no more nose hair.
Yeah. All right. Well, shall we shamelessly promote ourselves real
Violin
quick?
right there.
Yeah. YouTube, Shattered Wisdom.
Go watch us on YouTube.
Yes. We've got some stuff out there. Apparently, we've got a couple thousand.
Yeah, we got
Watches
some
on
shorts.
some
Apparently, I don't know, man. I don't know how the internet works.
I don't know what your wife has been publishing about your and my likeness
no
on the
idea.
internet with our consent, but it's on YouTube.
100%.
TikTok, Shattered Wisdom.
Yeah.
Check out our OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Shattered Wisdom.
Shattered Wisdom.
It's called Shaved Wisdom.
Shaved Wisdom. It's just old ladies, just fucking there, like Shaved
Yeah.
Wisdom.
You know, there's a king for that. Somebody will subscribe.
Oh, dude, everyone will.
Just, where's the link?
Yeah.
They'd buy her bathwater.
They're all like, hey, man, right in. Like, I tried to find your fucking link. Fucking assholes.
Just DM
I
like
gotta
a
fax it in.
Yeah.
facsimile.
What's your pager number?
Yeah. Send me the code. Oh,
Instagram,
Jesus.
Shattered Wisdom Podcast. I am Shattered Wisdom _Jack. He is Shattered Wisdom _Jerett. If you go to Shattered Wisdom Podcast, you are not talking to Jarrett or myself.
No, you get JJ.
So send all of those OnlyFans requests to the
Yeah.
Shattered Wisdom
Yeah.
Podcast.
Yeah.
For
And
JJ to
if
filter.
JJ hasn't really paid very much attention during the editing, she's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Sometimes she just skips ahead. She's like, "Okay, I can tell you guys are having a good conversation, and I'll just let that play out." And then she's like, "Okay, this is an or this is a this is this, and this is that." So then she'll hone in, but otherwise she'd just like fucking run it.
Why
Yeah.
do people keep wanting to buy your socks? I
Right?
don't understand
Yeah.
that. Fucking sell them, goddammit.
Yeah, fucking yeah, and my underwear too. I'll buy more. I don't give a fuck.
Pandysniffers.com.
Yeah.
LastShatteredWisdom.com. You go on there, you can find our events,
Yeah.
profiles, people that have been on, upcoming stuff we got going on. Tickets for the Dofo Winery, October. We're doing a Dofo dinner.
Wine pairing
Wine
and
pairing.
4 or 5 course meal. We haven't decided yet.
Yep, it's never bad.
No.
I've never had a bad meal there or bad wine.
9 and 69.
There we go. Yes.
100%. It's right in your backyard too.
Logan's gonna be there doing
He
some
has an
weird shit.
OnlyFans. It's called the Financial Fox.
Actually, we have only farts. It's just
Farts in a jar.
Farts in a jar.
lashevents.com.
Oh man, you don't want me to fart in a jar. You'll open it like, what the fuck?
And like you said, there's a kink for that.
Yeah, no.
Someone's going, yes, daddy.
I'll put
do
JJ's face on the pictures and my farts in the jars.
1 million.
We'll buy one, get one free.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, what does your wife eat?
Okay, they're like, what's this fucking jar, man? The scratch and sniff. Oh!
Yeah, you get all the farts when you fucking ask. And also we have Frenchie puppies, and Frenchie puppies are gonna be ready to go home here in a couple of weeks, I think.
Hell yeah.
So look for that, I guess. I don't know. Do you guys want to shout out yourselves on your Instagrams and tell people how they can find you real quick?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the main person on Instagram, so mine's Kayla _Fox, FAUXX, and it's the same thing on TikTok. And that's
Follow her.
Yeah, he doesn't.
We go hand in hand. But
He doesn't
she
do
does
much
most of
on-
social media.
You know, for dyslexic people, they could think that that's Kayla Fucks.
Fucks with your finances.
Yeah.
That's why you got OnlyFans. Hell yeah. All right, so
Let's make them draw a question.
yes, 100%. So,
Okay.
so the name of this game is you draw a question, and then we all answer it. And if
Okay.
you draw a listener question, they get a T-shirt.
Okay. What is your favorite memory about us?
That's kind of weird.
Want to draw another one?
I was like, who's this for? Like,
I got one for Jarrett. I'd say when we were in the Navy.
Oh yeah,
And
all the times.
always great times, man. When you sold Matt, Sassy, and I those pro hormones. You're like, hey, bro, I got these fucking pro hormones. And you're like,
Were they jacked?
I think so.
Yeah, I think
it was
they were jacked.
old school, man.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a good guy right there. He's hooking us up.
Yeah, man.
It was on deployment.
Yeah, we were in the middle of nowhere, so they banned that because it was like one molecule away from steroids or whatever.
Yeah.
It was called jacked.
I got
And,
jacked. Fuck.
Yeah, no, dude, it was with the business, and I bought. So I'm the kind of guy who will overbuy things, right? Like I have 700 bottles of wine that I'm never gonna drink, but I buy them because we have this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so I remember thinking like I'm gonna work out on deployment, every deployment. Like yeah, I'm gonna get jacked, and there's no way I was doing that. I was too busy doing other stuff. But I remember what was the fucking website where you could order all your supplements and stuff, like bodybuilding.com?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I think that was the only one that was approved on the ship.
yeah, that was the only one. So I hit that up, dude, and somebody had told me about Jacked, and I was like, all right, yeah, for sure. Like I'm gonna buy this shit, you know, and I'm gonna work out, blah blah blah.
Like it wasn't that Jack 3D that everyone thinks.
No.
It was this
No.
like different.
It was like the
three
original.
different things.
Yeah,
It was like two of them you take, and then after you're done with your cycle, you take something else.
yeah.
Like we were brand new to it, and you're like, I got this. And you're just like, fuck, I think you sold it to us for like $100. And
Yeah,
like,
probably would have bought a
score, dude.
they're like, I'll take two.
And
Yeah.
we did. And we had a good time, man. That was good.
So I did the same thing, kind of thing with Extends. So I bought.
That's why our deployment was drawn out for 10 months.
Exactly.
Extends.
I bought, and everybody in the birthing was like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna go home to my wife with a bigger dick." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'll sell you fucking
Such high expectations on deployment.
I'll sell you unicorn farts too if you want." Like, yeah,
Everybody went on deployment and was like, I'm gonna be a different person when I come back.
yeah. No, and then you hit port and you're fucking ripped. You're drinking your face off, and you're like, nah, I'm gonna be the same person.
Just growing that wiener.
At least.
Super skinny, but I got a big old dong now.
Yeah.
Why's everybody walking with a
Yeah, I'll tell
limp?
you
What's
what,
going
yeah.
on?
Why do they call you kickstand?
Cheers, brother.
Oh,
Cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Here we go.
I'm gonna fill mine. Is that okay?
Yeah, no, go ahead. Knock yourself out.
no, there's no drinking on the
No,
show.
you gotta put it back in.
I told you no filling.
Well, that's not terrible.
No, it's not bad at all.
Okay.
Man.
It's whiskey.
That it is.
But yeah, I'd say that's one of a fond memory.
Yeah.
First knowing Jarrett.
Man,
right.
Deployment.
So deployments were the worst thing that you could ever do, and don't even worry about it. We really drink on here. We don't expect people to think that.
It
we're
sounds like
not.
I'm on a commercial.
Dude, for real. Damien made it a point to pour wine as close to the microphone as he could get. Yeah, exactly. He's like, "There's a sound clip for you."
Yeah.
It does sound super soothing.
So I don't know how you're gonna answer that question. I don't know if we go around the room on that.
What is it? Let me see.
What's your favorite memory of us?
Us?
Share something about whoever.
Oh, shoot the moon.
Unless you want to draw
Hunting in Alaska.
Well, if it's us, yeah, hunting in Alaska.
That was fun.
Actually, that's probably one of my fondest memories of you is drinking Pendleton.
Yeah.
Drinking Pendleton whiskey. We're sitting in this tent on the side of a fucking mountain. Yeah, you got a Pendleton shirt on.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. It was,
Legolas.
You already knew.
Let him go.
it was
Yeah.
pouring fucking rain,
Yeah.
and we were sitting in the tent telling stories and laughing and joking, and Jason and my dad were in there.
Saw
And
logs.
Jason and my dad ended up falling asleep, and you and I sat up and finished that bottle of whiskey, and
Yeah.
it was just your cell phones didn't work. We were out there in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Chilling, vibing.
Just chilling.
Just talk
nature.
time. Like,
Yeah.
With the rain in the background.
oh, dude, it was. So we set everything up right, like perfect timing. We set everything up, and then it starts to drizzle. So we're like, all right, well, let's go in. And the sun doesn't go down in Alaska when we're there.
Yeah.
It's always sunny. So it was probably like 10:30 at night. And we're all just hanging out, and then we're all telling stories, and seniors, you know, getting in on it. And he's like, "Oh man, you motherfuckers!" You know, he's listening to our stories, like living vicariously through us and stuff. And no, it was like the most genuine time you can have, and in nature, disconnected from life, you know, and not on your phone, and not pretending to have a conversation, and actually like paying attention, like having a genuine conversation. And it was. Yeah, me and Jack do that. We talk, but it was the environment, the setting, the fucking everything about it.
It's something about those like those connecting stories in nature. It's a lot different. Like you could have a conversation at home, but when you throw nature in there and you're just chilling and you're just like, that's just nice, like real genuine.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just finished. I don't want to say reading, listening to a book called The Comfort Crisis.
Yeah,
and the guy talks about that. How like people seek time in nature without a screen, and like 3 days in nature without screens will give you a mental reset. And it only takes like 3 days. You don't need to go out. And we were out there for 4 or 5 days, but you come back more rejuvenated, refreshed, and it's a scientific thing. And the book was fantastic. It was great. But he talks about people that go do that like once every couple months. And they take their family and they do it all as, hey, we need enough to reset. All the fucking phones and everything go in the car. No screens at all for 3 days, and you come back.
That's one thing refreshed. I started incorporating was like daily sun intake. Like a minimum of like 15 minutes every single day. Just stand there in the sun. Shirt off, whatever, just soaking in the sun.
No, that's because you guys can't see him, but this motherfucker is
yeah, he's fucking jacked. I'm like, I'd watch.
Hey, the Extends works wonders.
Just
not the height.
I bought it for my height, but
it didn't work.
Yeah.
She's like, Jared, I want to thank you for the Extends.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying, like that reset.
Yeah.
That nature reset, just to go outdoors and just, you know, hang out for a little while and just kind of enjoy it. You know, especially in our backyard, we have a lot of trees out back, and we have the pool, you know, and all the waterfalls going. Just really nice. Just kind of taking it all in.
Well, and when you get to nature, you can smell nature.
Yes.
It's fucking different.
Like the pine, all that. You like the soil smells different. Even when it rains.
When it rains, that's the best.
Different.
Yeah.
Well, in Alaska, we were so far out there. We were right below the Yukon. And
we were like way out there.
We were 30 miles from a 2-lane highway that turned into a dirt highway that was another 40 miles from a fucking town. So there was like no
one gas station.
So the highway turned into a waterway.
You have to like pump your gas out of the ground.
There was one pump.
Yeah.
One pump, and we were like, all right, how should we prepay? And they're like, no. Just go out there and pump and tell us what you spent.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gosh.
But it was so quiet. Like there's always ambient noise.
You can literally hear a pin
in the
drop.
city. Oh yeah. You can hear the wind blow. There weren't a whole lot of trees. You can hear the wind blow through the moss and stuff. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was fucking so nice.
So, it's probably my
very
favorite.
different. All right, how about you and Foxy?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to talk about other things that
What
off
do you
the
mean
table?
other things?
Yeah, you go.
Yeah,
You can talk about whatever you want.
They're not filming us. Right?
I would probably say
Turn the camera off. Don't worry.
our honeymoon was a fun time. We went to Jamaica for our honeymoon,
That was fun.
and that was probably some of the craziest times we had together. Do you want to tell a little bit about it?
No, go ahead.
Knock yourself out, girl. Let's hear it.
You wanted to share a story.
It's your
so
story.
go.
Let's hear it.
Where do I start?
Let's see her version of it first.
Where do I start? So we went to Jamaica, and like obviously when you get there, everyone's like, "Yeah, man," and they're like, "Oh, you want some weed?" And we're like, "No, we're good." And it was like our bus driver or something.
Just everybody.
Everybody.
Hey, white people, we want weed.
And of course, when we get there, we're like, "Okay, we want to do excursions." And during this time, it was COVID still, so it was 2021, and they're like, "Oh, well, the land is off at like 6 p.m. so you guys can do your excursions and come back." And we're like, "Well, we want to have fun."
Yeah.
So we went on our excursion, and there was like this, I think it was like what was it called? The blue watering hole or something like that. And it was like this really cool place you can jump in and like all this blue water, and it was all natural. and there was like somebody selling weed brownies at the bottom, and I was like, well, let's just buy it for $20. Like let's just do it. So we bought the weed brownies, went back, and he cut it in 4s, and I was like, okay, we're like one day we did an excursion, and the next day we were like hanging out,
stuck on like you're saying, it was COVID time, so like a lot of the things were shut down. So
lean in.
Like it would be like 6 o'clock it was shut down. The next day the whole thing was shut down at like 2 o'clock. So we had to like time it perfectly. Like okay,
it was like resort, like you had to stay on the resort.
We'll be off the resort, and the next day we're not allowed to leave a resort.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like one of the resort days, and I'm like, well, let's just take like a quarter of it. So like he gives me one corner, and then he takes the other, and we're like waiting in line for a sandwich at this place, and I'm like, this is not like nothing's working.
Mind you, this line was it was like 10 people, but it felt like a fucking mile long.
And I'm just sitting in line, and I'm like, okay, now I'm starting to sweat. And trust me, I don't do this. Like I don't do any edibles or anything. And so we're like waiting in line. I'm like ordering.
That was the start of her journey.
Yeah. That's where it all started.
You did it.
Now she can't go a day without taking 3 or 4. She's like,
no.
At this time. Yeah.
Well, apparently he gave me the whole corner with all of it because
I didn't know. But
I took it, and then it was probably like 45 minutes later, and then I'm trying to order this turkey burger, and I'm like, give me the damn turkey burger, because I was like, I'm gonna faint
she
right now.
getting crazy high. She's like, give me the fucking burger.
And I'm not like
fries, and she's like, no.
And so like I grab the burger and turn around, and I'm like holding onto him, and I just like folding chair onto the ground.
So we're walking
like too high,
and I could tell she's fucked up already. I'm not feeling anything yet.
And that's because you didn't eat the corner that she did.
So we're walking, and I just feel this tug all of a sudden. I look down, and she's straight folding chairs.
Yeah.
Like a doll, like a rag doll, just smack.
Onto the ground. I don't remember anything. Like, I just remember him trying to pick me up.
People around.
Dang.
Like, what?
And I was like, we're going to get kicked out of here, like, for sure.
Nobody bat an eye.
Nobody saw me.
Because you're white. They're like fucking tourists.
She blends in with the sand.
Yeah.
Like
she must have got the brownies.
By the blue watering hole?
Yeah. They got you.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
So she just drops, and fucking Burger goes flying. Burger goes flying, and I'm trying to pick her up, but she's just straight like dead weight. Yeah, but luckily, like I was saying, nobody saw us. Yeah. Everyone was just going on with their day. They're probably like, oh, they're just kind of drunk or whatever.
Yeah, probably thinking that, yeah.
Like, she was fucked up. And so there was a chair probably like 10 feet away.
It wasn't, to me, it was not 10 feet.
Can you make it to the chair? I'm like behind her, like, get up, like, this is embarrassing. So I'm like, can you make it to this chair? And she's like, I don't know. But I was like, we're fucking going anyways, because I'm not leaving you right here in the middle of the pathway. Mm-hmm. They're trying to do some jerk chicken right over her. I get her to the chair, and she sits down, and she's got these rubber rings on. They just go flying.
You know how you have like those rubber rings that you don't want to wear? Yeah, and it just
like 3 rubber rings just
flying.
Like Sonic the Hedgehog.
First her fucking turkey burger's gone. Sequel snatches that thing. Now her rings are gone. Jamaicans are like, hell yeah, I'm upon this.
They're like, so fucking rubber? God damn it.
It's like Mexico all over again.
Get her shoes. Get her shoes.
She sits down, and then she hangs out for a minute.
Yeah. I'm like, where's my turkey burger?
That was
the first question.
60 yards that way with that seagull.
Let me go get that seagull real quick. So then we walk again to Little Cabana. That's probably another 10 feet away. She makes it there. And I leave her. I'm like,
leave me?
Like, I'm going to go get you some water, okay? So I fucking go to the bar.
You're not going anywhere.
I go to the bar, and I was like, I want to fucking drink. So I come back with these 2 Coco Locos, they're pretty good. And she's like, where the fuck is the water at?
I just see him coming around with like Coco Locos. I'm like, oh my gosh.
These Coco Locos.
Just dehydrate me into tomorrow. But yeah, that was a good memory.
But that was let's see.
There was more.
Well, the good thing is you can look at it both and laugh about it.
Oh, yeah.
That trip, it was a lot of fun. That trip, because it was COVID, there was nothing to do on the resort.
Right.
The resort wasn't huge. So we were like, let's make the best of it.
Yeah.
So we got the weed brownies, and we hit up a local, and we're like, fuck, you got some Molly? So he got us some Molly, and he got us some mushrooms. Because it was like we were saying, it was like one day you're out doing excursion, next day you're on the resort. So it was like on and off. So we're like, okay, our resort days, let's do something.
Yeah.
So that's when we're like, oh,
And
let's
they
get
did-
some weed, let's get some molly, let's get some mushrooms.
They did have a club at 10 o'clock
Yeah.
every night. So, like, no matter where, like, what day it was, there was always a club. So at 10 o'clock, it was like, okay, it's club night every
course.
night. So
Did
that
you have
was
to
fun.
wear a mask?
No.
No,
They didn't
nice.
make you wear a mask there, and I was like, yes.
They
Yeah.
just close shit down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's how they.
When you
that's how they
survived.
get off work early. Like COVID, man. I'm going home.
Fucking COVID.
I had one of those brownies, bro. I'm going home.
Dude.
You got the
Did
corner?
you get the corner? Yeah, did you get the corner?
Yeah.
You
That
wouldn't
girl got the
fucking
corner.
Make it.
I gotta get home before I fold up like that girl.
She folded up for the year.
Oh, Folderella.
Hey, put her in his
Yeah, just put her on my back. Like, let's go. My little folding chair.
Good times.
man.
Good
Sounds
times.
like fun.
Yeah, it was
That
really
a lot
fun. That was a good
That
memory.
was she discovered channel 111.
Oh, God.
Ooh, is that?
That's
Is that Skinamax? Is that like
that's
the...
pretty
channel?
cool. She said, "Wow, they're having an intimate conversation on this." The
45
next thing you
minute
know, it extends. Happens. She's like, "Wow, this is great conversation." She's like, "You ready? Because I'm ready now."
And that's how we got
That
our
central-
son.
That central stuff got to her.
Yeah.
Nice.
there you go. And now you have 2 children, yeah?
One.
No,
Working,
two.
working on the.
You don't know it yet.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
I'm gonna call it right now.
I hope.
We hope so.
Dr. Medberry.
Man.
Yeah, welcome
You
to
do
the
sound
show.
like a doctor.
Yeah?
Dr.
Okay.
Medberry.
Dr. Medberry, that does.
That's what Hunter used to call himself.
That's what Hunter calls him.
Like Doogie Howser?
Yeah,
They call me Dr. Fox at work.
Really?
Ew.
Yeah.
Do they?
Sometimes I impersonate a doctor. The residents. So I'll impersonate a doctor. When the residents come around, they get super confused. Yeah.
Like, where's your white coat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need one.
Yeah.
I think I'm not that kind of doctor.
I'm more like Dr. Pepper. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Dr. Pepper, Dr. Doolittle,
Dr.
Yeah.
Seuss.
Dr. Seuss.
Exactly.
I know.
Oh,
I'm
we
still waiting for a
digress.
lawsuit for sure.
Oh, yeah, no, fuck them. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. All right, so up here, our next bullet point is real estate. So you do real estate.
I do. I do.
So,
That is a love-hate relationship.
and,
It's hard.
And like nice houses, like high dollar, like you post like $1 million homes, and so any of my friends who are living in my neighborhood, if you're going through something,
Call Kayla.
Kayla will sell your house for you. Nobody listens. It doesn't matter.
Lots of people listen. It doesn't matter.
No, but not our neighbors.
That's fine.
Just kidding. All our neighbors are so happy.
Oh, yeah. How did you get into real estate?
Oh man. So I used to work for an attorney when I was like 21 or 22, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go take my broker exam," and I was like, "I have no idea what that means. Like, what is that word?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna like be a broker for real estate." I was like, "Okay, cool." And he's like, "I'll pay for you to go to real estate school," and obviously it's like $100 to do that online. He's like, "I'll pay for everything," and so I did that and passed, and so I worked for him for like maybe 6 months doing that, and then I was like, "Where's all my leads?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, there's no leads. Like, you got to go out on your own." And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know that."
Yeah.
But that's kind of how I got into real estate, and then I quit real estate to go work. I've done a lot of things. To work at an animal shelter here in Harupa Valley. So
Really?
I worked there
Nice.
for like 7 months or 8 months, and then I went back into real estate. Met Logan, and at the gym, and
Oh, you don't say.
met Logan at the gym, and then I was like, "Oh, he lives in Canyon Lake," and I was like, "Let me look at a place in Canyon Lake that does real estate," and that's how I came across Coldwell Banker, and that's where I've been ever since.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So I probably wouldn't honestly be where I'm at in real estate if it wasn't for me meeting Logan,
Yeah.
because it was kind of like a back burner thing. I did, I wanted to do a bunch of other things. It wasn't really like, oh, I want to do real estate forever, but then I just ended up being really good at it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt in sales. It's like, oh, you're good at this. I'm like, yeah, okay, and it pays well. I guess I'll do that.
Right. But I do enjoy real estate. It's just, it's not easy.
No.
It's not easy.
Tell them about fucking 2020.
Oh, yeah.
Like
How was
the
that?
show?
2020. Yeah.
Logan was on there.
Like hindsight?
How do you say, if you've been on 2020, I'm going to have to call my wife.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
Lester
gonna-
Holt is her
Gonna come
guy.
over here.
2020. It was just 2020 was scary for a lot of people because we didn't know what was happening with our jobs.
Right.
Like I didn't know if he was gonna be working at the hospital still, and then I
Fuck,
was.
They needed me.
Yeah, they
Oh, I
needed
bet
you
they
there.
worked your ass off.
Yeah.
You want overtime? You can take as much as you want.
But it was very like when March hit, like I might not have a job because we don't know what's happening, and then
Right.
April kind of came and everybody was like, okay, well the interest rates are like 3%, and then they're at 2.8, and then I just exploded.
Right.
I probably had anywhere between 10 to 25 escrows a month that whole
Holy
year.
shit.
It's like the
Yeah.
housing market skyrocketed while the world shut down. It was
Yeah,
the total
well,
opposite.
So
Yeah.
in 2008, people learned you stack cash because when it hits, it's fucking good.
Right.
Fuck, there were buyers after buyers. Like you said, you had like 25 in 1 month.
I had
right?
like 48 offers on houses within like 3 days.
Yeah.
Like trying to print and collect and
everyone
present this.
outbidding by $150,000.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Really?
Like left
Cash,
and right.
people coming in with cash, and just it was kind of sad for people that were like really wanting to buy a house, and there's people from LA and Orange County
Yeah.
coming in and buying all these houses out here,
Right.
$100,000 over asking,
Yeah.
and it's
Which,
like
if you're selling your house, that's great.
It's
But
great.
If you're trying to buy a
Yeah.
house, that's
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
But I think
It is.
so. My sister's ex-husband was a pool builder,
oh
and so in COVID, his sales skyrocketed.
Yeah.
And I think what it was, maybe for you too, is he goes, people are in their house all the time, and they're just staring at this backyard, and they're like, if I just had a pool, we could go out there. But I think maybe too, people were in their house like, I really don't like this place.
Well,
Yeah,
even
now they're
then,
stuck
They're
there.
like, well, I get in the 2 point something interest rate. I've got some money, or I'm going to refinance my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm pulling out some equity. So
Yeah, now I'm
fuck
gonna
it,
buy
I'm putting a
rental.
pool in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
they did too. A lot of people stayed where they're at and refied, and lenders couldn't keep up with a lot of what was going on.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
No,
we
it's-
refied.
Yeah.
We did
Dude, you
too.
can't, dude.
Yeah.
Our
The rates were so
everyone's
low.
like, dude, like they're giving money away.
Yeah,
You
you'd
have
be
to do
stupid if
this.
you didn't. Like, even
Yeah.
if you don't need the money, just fucking pull it out. Just,
Oh, yeah.
just for the interest rate.
We refied twice and got the same interest rate.
Really?
Yeah, because we did the refi in I think 2020, and then we did a cash out refi to put a pool in,
There you go.
Imagine that.
and had the same exact rate. Crazy,
Yeah.
That's amazing.
but yeah, I mean it was.
Now it's 6.5, and
Yeah, now they're outrageous.
everyone thinks the market's gonna crash. It's not. There's a lot of waiters. Like, now is the time to buy a house, refinance later. They will come down. But it's
Well,
not
they
gonna
have
be
to.
astronomical.
Yeah, no.
It's not gonna be 2.8.
You'll never get that again.
5%.
No.
And it's going to stay like that, but people are going to lose out on not buying.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just suck it up for a little bit with the interest rate, buy and refinance. 'Cause
There's
you're
always
gonna be
buyers.
waiting.
Yeah,
The housing
yeah,
market
it's
is just
crazy.
prices are going to keep going up and up and up.
it's just people are picky now because if they're paying 6.5% or 7% on their interest rate and their house is
Right.
$800,000, they're not just gonna pick whatever.
Right. Yeah, you want all.
Yeah.
You want everything.
You want all of it.
You want.
Mhm.
Yeah, you want the
Yeah.
pool already
But when it comes
installed
down
and-
to it, years later, you're not going to have much to choose from, so you have to be picky.
Or if the rates do come down, it's gonna be a frenzy again, and everything's gonna skyrocket. It's just
Yeah.
catch-22 for all of that.
ebbs and flows, right? I mean, like
Yeah.
it's just fucking always something.
I know.
And you sell only here in Southern California? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have like a territory or region or anything? I don't do real estate. I don't know how it works. Do you?
Yeah.
Will you go like down to San Diego,
Yeah.
like up to LA?
I don't go as far as LA. Like, I have a referral agent up there, but I'm mainly like Menifee, Marietta, Temecula, Canyon Lake area. But I do sell in like San Diego County, Orange County sometimes. Yeah.
And Menifee is like exploding. So I grew up in Temecula.
Okay.
We moved to Temecula in '91.
That's when I was born.
So yeah, thank you. Cool story, bro.
He was born in 91 too.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, born in California in '91.
Yeah.
But we moved to Temecula in '91, and Temecula was a blip.
Yeah.
And then we started getting bigger. Then we got a Costco and a mall. And then
The Temecula
Menifee,
Mall.
yeah, then Menifee started to all of a sudden get popular, and now you can start to buy homes, and you can get like a decent size home, nice piece of property, that kind of stuff. And Menifee was something you drove by.
Right.
on
It was
the
Sun
way
City.
Yeah. You drove by it on the way to Ontario Airport because the only other place to go was Ontario Airport.
Yeah.
I mean, it's busy now. I've only lived there since 2015. I even remember the first time I heard about Menifee was
Me and
from
David lived
Jerett
up there.
and
Yeah.
David.
oh, you lived
David,
up there.
yeah, I fucking
Yeah.
live up there, blah, blah, blah. And you guys rented a house, I believe,
We had a
right?
fucking super
You had
party
a house with a pool, and you
Stupid.
guys would
It was
drive
stupid.
down to San Diego every day.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, that's a rough drive, too.
We were not smart,
And
but we had a good time.
I ended up there once I got out of the Navy because my brother lived in Canyon Lake.
Okay.
And then, story unfolded from there, meeting her and just, building base from there now.
Yeah.
But it's busy. It's growing. And I wanted to stop growing.
I know, it's
like
too
much.
I don't know how the housing market is still booming. Like, they're still building.
Dude, they're building, just this last year, they built a new housing
Community?
track.
Yeah, right next to us.
And then they're building one right across that street, too.
Yeah.
Like, where the fuck are these people coming from?
I have no idea.
Because now you need it's
and
a
they're all
multi-family home. Like you need to have 2 incomes.
Yeah.
So how are these
very
people
good
buying
incomes.
these homes and living in California?
Are they building any infrastructure? So the one thing that we hate about here is they built all these houses.
Yeah.
And we laugh and joke. Like, if you leave our neighborhood and you go on, like, Belgrave, there's a giant dirt lot. Massive dirt lot. We're like, dude, if you put BJ's and, a couple restaurants here or, some
like a
retail
bar.
something, a bar
Yeah.
or a gas station, like, if you put a BJ's there, you would have a 2-hour wait to get tables.
Yeah.
They put a fucking Olive Garden across the street. You
get
think
in
it's
there.
the hottest Italian restaurant to hit
dude,
this.
it's like it's some fucking.
It's ridiculous,
secret. It's
but
crazy.
there's just nothing here but houses. We keep
I know.
screaming like developers. Somebody come in here and
There is. Even on our drive here, we're like, look at all these fucking logistics
We're like, what does
buildings.
logistics
and they're
mean?
like, all
Yes.
these warehouses, and then boom, giant housing tract. We're like,
Yes.
that's where Jerett lives. It's like, it's so off.
Yeah.
There's a
But you
housing
come into
tract
your neighborhood and it's like so nice.
Yeah.
in
next
here.
to all these warehouses. We're like, where the fuck is the Stater Brothers and the gas station in between?
thank you.
In Menifee, there's a lot. Right
Okay.
off the 215 Newport Road. Like,
Yeah, there's everything right there. Yeah.
But that's
it's
also
got
the problem.
Everything
Yeah.
you can name.
Yeah, everybody's there.
There's one in and out and it wraps around and right into the damn
Yeah.
freeway entrance.
It's Costco, In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A. If you go to Costco and you go out the wrong entrance, you sit in the
there.
Chick-fil-A.
You're like,
Fuck.
In-N-Out, like you eat the groceries you bought. You got time.
You're gonna be here for a while.
I didn't mean to get in our Chick-fil-A, but I guess I'm in the line for it.
And then you just immediately stuck in
It's
line.
getting cold.
Yeah. It's a problem.
But yeah, it's booming.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, I'm not doing 20 escrows a month now, but I'm still
Yeah.
pretty consistent. It's
Well, and the thing about this, so the house right there that you can look out this window and see is a different community.
oh
Yeah,
So-
it's weird how they break them
Yeah,
up.
so they broke this up weird. So William Lyon, when they were still William Lyon, bought this property, and the minimum lot size in this community is 8,500 square feet.
Yeah.
oh that does not exist out in
Minimum.
Menifee.
And I think they started around
Yeah.
500,000-600,000.
if it doesn't
When they
matter,
started.
that's like $1 million.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, you can't touch anything.
Our
That's
house
right.
was, we have a 2,700 square foot single story. I don't know how big my lot is, but ours was 641.
And you bought the
6
model.
years ago, we
Oh.
bought the model. It was 641. And
You
the
guys are
guy
shit.
across from us sold for 1.17,
Yeah.
but it's 3,800 square feet. They've got like the corner, not the corner, on the cul-de-sac. They've got like one back half, so they've got like a pie-shaped lot.
That's what we
Yeah.
have. We
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
pie-shaped
Yeah,
lot.
they've got, it's like this one here, not as big as yours, Jared,
Yeah.
but it's big and got a nice bitchin' pool and all that, but 1.17. I bet that house could go for 1.25 right now.
Right now, for sure.
That means yours is up there too.
Yeah. We're right at about $1 million, which is insane to think that,
Yeah.
like, I live in $1 million home.
Is that crazy? Growing up, you're like $1 million house,
Yeah.
Yes.
and now you look at $1 million house. It's just a regular house.
Yeah.
It'd be back then when you're
Yeah.
10 years old. You're like, this is a fucking mansion.
If you told
It's
18,
like that movie Blank Check. I'm
Yeah.
here.
$1 million, right?
Yeah.
And here's my mansion.
Yeah.
Now it's just like I got my 3-bedroom house with a half-car garage. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, but it's funny too, like, if you take my house or your house or this house and put it in Newport Beach,
Oh, bro, we say
Yeah,
that all the
Texas.
time. We're like,
this house in Newport Beach, 15 million.
that's why we say
At
we're
least.
like we're set where we're at because we're like we can't get what we want our house because I'm like we don't want to downgrade. You know, our house is perfect. You're not getting a pool and the 3 bedrooms, 3-car garage. If we want to move to the beach, yeah, that's gonna be a $2.5 million house.
You
Yeah.
can get what you want if you
Location.
go to, like, Kansas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Anywhere
Could get a
else.
tornado with that too.
Tennessee.
I already got one tornado.
Wind me up, okay?
Oh, Miss Fox.
It's a good tornado.
I know.
I'm the tornado. She calms me down.
She's the eye.
They're really good for that.
I'm I. Yeah.
She's the calm in the storm.
That's good.
She's like, shut the fuck up.
So,
Yeah.
It's like, you're a 10, I need you to be a 2.
We need to turn down.
So when I lived in Menifee in 2009, 2010, it was after the economy, and I knew nothing about the economy. I knew shit. I didn't know a fucking thing. Those 5-bedroom McMansions were going for $250,000. I was like, how do you afford that?
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Dude, we talk
I
about it
should've
all the
bought
time. She's like, you joined in 08. I'm like, yeah. She's like, the housing market crashed in 2008.
Yeah.
Why didn't you buy a house? I'm like, I had no fucking clue.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Now that I look back at it, I was like, oh, I should have bought a house after my little $1,400 a month paycheck.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
I know.
hell yeah.
Rented out all the
loan.
rooms, dude. Fucking, I mean, we could have made it work, you know?
Dude, we didn't know.
But no one teaches you.
No.
No one teaches you
Yeah.
that.
No.
In 92, my parents moved into Meadowview, which is
Yes.
by the mall. They got a 3/4 acre lot and a 3-bedroom, 2,300 square foot house on this 3/4 acre lot. It was $170,000.
You can't touch that for $1 million now.
And Temecula, though, that was one of the areas. And then there were just rolling hills.
It was equestrian. Is
Equestrian
Meadowview.
stuff, yes. But there were always signs out there, I'll never forget. 10 acres, $40,000. And this is all stuff now where the Costco
They should've
is,
just
the
said
Winco.
Yeah.
Free.
Yeah, please take this.
But like, Harveston, right?
Yeah,
Harveston,
yep.
that little plant community.
Yeah.
There were always signs out there, X amount of acreage, $10,000 an acre. And if, what is it your dad say?
If hindsight was foresight, we'd all be rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have bought, $100,000, buy 10 fucking
Yeah.
acres out
Hey,
there.
what do you want for your birthday? Land across the
Land.
street.
I want that right there.
Yeah.
If you could have bought that back then, oh my fucking God.
If I would have known the market back then, I would have lived paycheck to paycheck
Oh, for
indefinitely,
sure.
knowing that I'm gonna come up on millions down the
Yeah.
road.
Later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is going to lead us into the financial stuff that we're going to talk about.
Oh yeah.
But it's understanding that kind of concept now early for our young listeners.
Yeah.
And then for people our age, it's good. There's never a bad time to get in it, right? I mean, like,
No.
Yeah.
The only bad time is not starting.
okay.
If you don't start, then you're just hurting yourself. That's
Right, because in 10 years you're gonna be like, "Fuck, I should."
Yep.
Every
Should've,
time I
I
look
should've,
back
I
on
should've.
life, in 10-year increments, I'm like, "Fuck, I should have done this."
Yeah.
Should have done
At
that.
least if you have everything out on the table for you, and you can stop saying that I should have, I could have, I would have, kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
So Kendra's boss actually probably gave us some really great financial advice. He had a house in Aliso Viejo, like a little 1,600 square foot house. He and his wife bought. Then they had 3 kids. Then they started making more money, and they didn't sell the house for a long time. Then they sold it and bought a bigger house and all this kind of stuff. So we were actually looking to buy a house, and he said, buy a little bit outside your means. Like you said, Logan, paycheck to paycheck, do it for a while, because he kept saying, you're going to make more money. You guys are successful, you're going to make more money. Buy something a little bit out of your means, because my wife and I didn't buy something out of our means, and then we were stuck in this little tiny house, and we kind of missed that window. Then all of a sudden the housing prices were too much for us to
Right.
buy something
Yeah.
else, and it didn't make financial sense. So he said, buy a little bit, and our budget was $400,000. We bought a house for $411,000, and that was like
A
nail
lot.
biting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you understand the market, investing, real estate, whatever, if you have that hindsight that you know that I'm going to, in the long run, make a shit ton of money,
Right.
then live out of your means. Live a little poor so you can live rich later.
Yeah.
It's great to have a little starter home, but if you're like, let's just budget. I'm not going to get Starbucks this month. We're not going to do Starbucks.
Right.
But we got this sick ass house that's going to, go up in value in the next couple of years. It will be worth it. Then we could have our Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, we can buy the starter house and have, because it's just we need 3 bedrooms right now, but we might need 5 in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we
You two
did.
rabbits.
Well, but that's what Renee and his wife did. They all of a sudden had 3 kids.
Yeah.
And then they had a big, beautiful German Shepherd named Jaeger, who I love to death.
Yeah.
But they were like, we literally are on fucking top of each other.
Yeah.
But even like if you're not willing to live that paycheck to paycheck, that you understand that, hey, I've got this little small starter home, I need to start learning about investing in my future now.
Right.
Yes.
I'm not willing to do the paycheck to paycheck with the bigger home because I don't know what the future's going to look like. But I could start budgeting now for that future.
Right. Well, it's
So
terrifying.
It's all knowledge. It's all knowledge. It all really is.
It's terrifying
Yeah.
to blind leap into something that you don't fully understand, right? Like,
100%.
Like, I don't know how the stock market works, but I still invest in my 401k.
Right.
Because that's what you're taught.
Yeah, that's what you're taught. I mean,
Look,
that's,
we don't know how a seatbelt works, but we still put a
Yeah,
seatbelt on.
you wear 'em,
you
yeah.
know?
Dude, that's fucking
yeah,
perfect.
it's
we
just
still-
everything.
We
yeah.
don't know how this person's going to drive on the road, but we still go driving. We risk so much every single day
Oh, yeah.
for what?
Yeah.
That's what life is. It's about risk. No risk, no reward whatsoever.
Mhm.
So we were talking at your birthday party, and I was talking about the company I work for, how my company, they contribute 6%, they'll match 6% of your 401k. And our benefits people literally would come, we have these big shareholders meeting, and they would plead, like, please just contribute 6%. We will match it. They're like, you won't see it. You won't
Right.
see 6%
Yeah.
pre-tax. But they told us, you guys left like $2 million on the table. As a company, we would have given you guys $2 million amongst 1,600 people towards your retirement. But you're only contributing 2% for your 401k. Just do 6.
I mean, everything is written out for you.
Yeah.
Everything, you look at all the big investors, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, like, we're just following in their footsteps,
Yeah.
honestly. And they're new to the game on this.
Yeah.
The investment side in the stock market has been going on for fucking close to 100 years.
Yeah.
So,
1937 S&P 500 has
like,
done
you see those footprints
10.5%
in the
return.
stand, you just follow the footprints, and you're like, okay, these footprints, it's easy to walk in these footprints. Why am I going to stray away
Right.
and make a harder path for myself?
Yeah, I'm getting 3% guaranteed. What do I need to go somewhere else for?
You know,
But do you guys recommend like the short game or the long game?
Long game.
Long game.
It's always long game because you
Yeah.
don't time the market. It's time in the market, and that's how you get wealthy.
Okay.
don't go into the short game until you're in the long game.
Okay.
So, like, if you have extra
Yeah.
passive income and you want to fuck around and
Yeah.
lose all your money,
Just like,
play
oh,
the short game.
yeah, you're like, oh,
100%.
you know, I'm making 10 times my income. I can go buy this car cash. You know, something like that. Where
like-
you're not just going to go finance and not be able to make your payment on a car.
Right.
The
And-
long game is, I know I got a shit ton of money. I know I'm going to have a bunch. Now I can invest in something small. And it's a gamble at that
It's all
point.
a
It's
gamble.
like the short game, it's you're going to the casino and you're willing to lose a lot of money.
Okay.
But knowing that you
In
still have a
hopes.
shit ton of money.
Yeah. In
Okay.
hopes that you win. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody goes to the casino in hopes that they
Yeah.
win. That's my life. I go to the casino hoping to win.
So we're not against the short game. It's just make sure you have the long game.
Right.
There
Yeah, you gotta
first.
set yourself up for realistic.
Yeah.
You can only work so long. Like this shit.
And we don't want to.
Yeah.
We don't want to work for a long
Yeah.
time.
Dude, I agree. My wife, God bless her, she's like 60. Like, I want to be done at 60. And she goes, babe, we're planning on that because I don't want to do this. My dad's 82, and he works 30 hours a week for a consulting firm. And he and my mom started a construction business.
They are fucking wealthy though. They don't have to work.
Yeah,
they're,
but
they're very well off.
was so driven to work that now he said, I'm afraid to retire or stop because I think I'm going to die. Like a shark.
Sounds like my dad.
If
I'd say that's a little different. Like our whole philosophy on it is, our retirement is not an age, or it's not it's not an age.
No.
It's not
It
an
is,
age,
but
it's a
it's-
number. And our number is how much our financial independence number, how much we want to have saved up to. If we do not absolutely want to work ever again, we don't have to.
Right.
Like you're saying, your dad's like, I'm gonna fucking die if I stop working.
Yeah, he got
wants to
past
work.
that.
He
Right.
wants to work.
Yeah.
You know, because he's like, I want to stay alive. It's not about the money anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I want to stay
no.
alive.
But he worked past that threshold.
Right.
Right?
Oh, 100%.
But we're trying to get people out of the I have to work till I'm 65 years old to get my 401k that's only going to give you $250,000
Or my
to live
social
off
security.
for the
Yeah.
next 15 plus years if you make it past 80, and possibly have to go back to work.
All right.
Yeah.
And my social security check isn't going to cut it either.
Yeah.
No.
Like you won't find me at a theater picking up popcorn at 82 years old. You know.
I'm not,
Walmart
I'm not,
greeter,
yeah,
I'm not
no.
Yeah. I'm on vacation with my friends.
For the popcorn.
These goddamn kids, they're so disrespectful.
Why is the floor sticky?
Bent over like this and picking up popcorn. Oh shit!
Ey're like, oh, Nana Kayla, are you still here?
Yeah, but I got $4 million in my. I'm just here for
Fucking
fun.
bored.
Did you
I'm fucking hungry, man. I'm just here for the popcorn.
Did you drive your Maserati here to vacuum fucking popcorn off the floor? What are you doing?
Because you don't have to do anything. Yeah, but that's the thing too. Is what people don't understand is that if you don't, you're never going to be rich
Working for somebody else.
No.
So if you don't take your financial life in your own fucking hands,
Yeah.
you're going to be a slave to somebody.
Yeah.
Working 40 hours or 50 hours or 60 hours for a fucking paycheck forever.
Warren Buffett said, if you do not find a way to make money in your sleep, you will die working.
Yeah.
Which is 100% true. Like, sure, you can work your 9 to 5, but unless you're like a fucking a VP or something, then you're bottom of the barrel. You're working for someone else.
I mean, there's people we meet with and do portfolio reviews that are making, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year, and they're broke because they get used to spending it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you meet with people who make $50,000 a year as like teachers, and they have millions.
Yeah.
Because someone taught them what to do with their money.
We were laughing and joking. We talk about kids and raising kids a lot. And we were like, dude, when you're young, if your parents will let you live at home till you're 27, live at home.
I have a coworker right now. He is 25. So his dad works there too. And he's like 42, stepdad. And we make like $5,500 a month after tax, $6,000.
Okay.
And he's living there for free.
Yeah.
I think he only has to pay for his car insurance, and maybe a couple groceries. But he wants to move out. I'm like, fuck no,
No.
don't
fucking
move out.
stay.
Not ever.
I'm like, your dad said stay there as long as you want. Save for a house, save for retirement, save for this and that. He's like, I want to be independent.
No.
I want to move out.
No.
And even like, there's this quote that her broker said before, like, live like no one else so you can live like no one else.
100%.
Yeah.
Be
Good old Chuck.
It's okay to be poor. It's okay.
Yeah. You don't have to keep up with the Joneses.
You're not.
You don't have to
Yeah.
buy
But
that
most people
Louis.
do.
Yeah,
All these, the Joneses, you've been getting all these flashy things. I even saw quotes like some multimillionaires like, I would rather have $5,000 in a plastic bag than carry around a $5,000 Louis Vuitton bag.
Yes.
I don't even own one. So.
I honestly, a
the
lot
same
of
bag.
people, if you both had Rolexes on right now, I couldn't tell you if you had a tag, tag Heuer, if you guys had $100,000 watches on right now, I couldn't tell you what they fucking were.
Right.
Like,
And some of
it
these
takes a very
expensive-
specific eye to see that.
Some of these expensive watches look like they're $12.
Yeah.
Fuck,
I
I
know.
remember we were in Thailand and stuff on deployment. I Breitling watch, Omegas,
Yeah.
fucking Rolexes, $30 watches in Thailand. When you're like, I'm fucking rich. Hell yeah.
Logan loved Thailand.
I remember, Thailand was so much fun.
Thailand, you have to experience it.
So
Dude, I want to go.
Let's go.
That's a
on this
fucking
show,
bucket list.
I
Same.
preach about I will go to Thailand.
Oh.
I loved it. I rode fucking elephants through the fucking jungle
And drink beer?
and drank beer
I want to do that.
Thailand.
and went to ping pong shows and fucking
Ping pong shows.
I don't want
and
to
got hustled. They got hustled by hookers who there's a nail game. So you got to hit this nail in. The first person to drive the nail in buys the drink. And these bitches are just like, what? Done. Buy me a drink. And they're like $15 drinks. I'm like, there's no
Oh my
fucking way, bitch.
Gosh.
You play that once, you lose.
But
and you're like,
the
fuck
next
you.
time we're going to Thailand is because we got so much FU money
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I
that
looked
we're
up,
doing it.
I
We're
looked
doing-
up Airbnbs for a month for like $500.
Dude.
Yeah.
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 F
You
you
could-
money. It's funny you say fuck you money. I had a superintendent I worked for, and he'd go, I need one more year.
Yeah.
That I'll have enough fuck you money. And he was the first person I'd heard say that, and I was like,
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck you money.
What do you
That's
mean?
what we say, like, hey, my bills are paid. I got an extra 20, 30 G's just to blow because I can.
Yeah.
I'm already done investing my money where I need to. It's like, okay, well, fuck you. I'm going to Thailand.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I want fuck you money.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I want it young.
How you get there is you make
will
it work
have
for you.
Fuck you money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your wants will happen.
So, but like that leads us into this other thing here is like passive income.
Yeah, so what's the key here?
Passive residual income.
What are people missing? What are they not what is your average everyday, day-to-day person who doesn't know how to invest, somebody who doesn't know how to get into anything? Obviously, they need to talk to somebody like you guys, or I'm going to say you guys because you're my friends and you're on my show. But so they need to reach out to you guys and find out how the right ways to do it, because you can go online and find 1,000 different ways to do something and fuck yourself on it.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
So the first impression is when we talk to people is, I don't have the money.
Yeah.
I don't have thousands to invest. And that is a big gimmick right there. You don't need thousands to invest. You just have to start investing.
Right.
Because you're gonna get used to doing $100 a month, and then you're gonna get used to doing $200 a month, and 3, and then 5, and then you're gonna be so like drawn to the like, this is actually doing something for myself instead of spending $100 on my nails or
And the other thing is,
you know,
people only look at the bad. You go on Google, you look at all the 5-star reviews, right? Cool. You see that one-star review, you're like, fuck this, I'm not buying this product.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
Because
what people
that's
think.
how it works.
Because somebody had a bad fucking experience.
The one person, we say all the time, you go to your favorite restaurant and you're like, man, this is great. I've been there 3, 4, 5 times. You go there on that 6th time and you have a shit time. Are you going to go back?
Yeah, no.
More than likely you're going to go back, right?
Yeah, it depends. Depends on if you get food poisoning or not.
Yeah.
Well,
Depends on how shitty of a time
I
you
think
have.
too, like we asked earlier about the long game or the short game. I think people think like, well, I have to invest like 10,000, and then it'll turn into 100, and then they expect these exponential.
When you
returns.
start younger, your money in the longer years is worth more
Yes.
than when you start later.
Yes.
You know, let's say you started at 20 years old and you invest $1 in 30 years. Now your $1 is turned into an $88 per that dollar you invested.
Right.
But
So
don't
that
they
first
say like
dollar.
with your 401k, the first 10 years you make more money on the first 10 years than in the last 10.
It's the
Right.
time in the market.
yeah, it's the
that's
time
thing.
in.
It's not necessarily
Right, so
that
when you get
have
it
to
in your 20s and just let it sit. So like I had a TSP,
Yeah.
right? I had a TSP. I'm gonna say had. You know, and I got out of the Navy and I had no money and I had no job and I had no ambitions and I didn't know what I was gonna do. And you know, in the military they don't really prepare you for getting out either. I
Nope.
mean, it's kind of just like fucking good luck.
Yeah.
So
They set you up just enough. Here's your TSP.
Yeah.
We'll get you your.
Yeah, you can go to college, but they don't really explain that to you. Like it's
Okay,
kind of
for those of us who don't know what is TS, you guys, there's a lot
So
of
Their
acronyms.
savings
TSP
plan.
is like
Their savings plan.
A 401k for the military.
Yeah.
but it's for federal entities.
But it's great. It's a really good investment vehicle for anybody that
It
can
is.
So any
contribute
veterans
to it.
listening,
Yeah.
you have a TSP, you haven't touched it,
Yeah, let it ride.
let it
Max
ride.
that sucker out.
Yeah.
Get a hold of somebody like us, financial advisors, and get it kickstarted again for you.
So
Yeah.
can you ratchet up your contribution in your TSP like you can with a
15%, I
401k?
think is the most that you can
Is
do
max.
in the
Okay.
military. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was talking to his.
No. You can do 100% now. I thought.
Is it?
I thought they changed it.
I was just talking to his brother-in-law who's going to retire.
I
He's
think
been,
it's like anything like a 401k, they're not going to let you max out 100%.
Yeah, you can only go to a certain percentage.
I believe it was 15%.
Okay. Well, maybe they
But
did
still,
it.
that's a
maybe
lot.
they did it for a short
Yeah,
time.
15% of your. That's fucking great.
Yeah, and then they match it.
Oh, they do? To whatever you put in? Oh, fuck,
Mm-hmm.
15% all day?
Yeah, so it's federal too. So if you work at the post office, if you work in any federal,
Terrorism, any
Yeah,
of that.
any of
Yeah,
that.
they have
You-
TSP.
Can you take it with you? Like, so if you got out of the military and you went to.
I roll it over.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's your money. You're able to take control of it. You just have to know how to take control of it.
Okay.
Otherwise, it just sits there, and you're not going to be able to contribute. And that's the downfall. People that they just, I quit my job. I had a 401k, and now you have a 401k sitting there.
Right.
right,
You need to roll it over, start contributing. Put
But
it in
nobody
the right
knows that.
funds.
right,
Nobody knows it. The 1%ers know it. But
yeah,
they want to keep you down low because they're the ones making the money off you.
right.
And then what
So-
happens what happens if you don't do anything with it? Then it just goes to the the treasury, and it goes to like you have to do an achievement process to get to it because it's like money that was just sitting.
To get to
Wow.
your own retirement?
Yes.
It's your money. You know, it's your money.
Really?
So yeah, so you have to roll it into your new. So if you get a new job with a 401k, you roll your old 401k into that.
Or you could
Yeah.
roll it over with someone like
Like,
myself
yeah.
and make it a traditional IRA and contribute to it, have control over it.
See, that's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
Which they need to understand is that you have options.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, like,
and that's something that nobody teaches you. Like they don't teach you this shit in school.
No.
Like if you don't have somebody who's in that life, you don't fucking know anything about it.
Our target audience is 3% of America right now.
Okay.
Like the financial business has only targeted 3% of America.
Main Street America
Street
is who we
families.
like. Wall Street knows what to do with their money,
Yeah.
but they don't teach us.
Yeah,
they
we
don't
all
teach
talking
Main
like
Street.
us.
Yeah.
The layperson.
Yeah.
There are only about 250,000 security license agents in America. And that's a small fraction of the 330 million people in America.
Security
So-
license.
That's what I am.
Yeah.
So I have my SAE, my 6, and my 63. So like that's
Okay,
what.
so explain, what does that do?
Yeah, you
What
got
can
to
do with
break it
that?
down
Yeah.
for people who don't
Okay,
know.
so-
That's a lot of acronyms and numbers were.
So
slow
securities licensing is where I can trade on the New York Stock Exchange. So
Okay.
I'm a licensed agent with FINRA.
Okay.
So I have the securities industry exam, the 6 and the 63, and then I take my 26, which is like my broker exam, so I can oversee other registered reps, and that's going to be in June.
Okay.
So I can actually be a broker. And I can open up an office in Menifee and have people underneath me and managing them and training them how to do what I do.
Now, is that like a hedge fund manager?
No.
Okay, that's something totally different.
Yeah, so there's different avenues. Like there's a Series 7 where it's like day trading and you like sit and watch a screen. We don't do
Yeah.
that. We manage your money and like we have portfolio managers.
Long game.
Long game.
We're with Franklin Templeton right now. And they're like the big hedge fund people.
Okay.
And she's the securities license underneath them. And like everyone, they could do their own stocks, right? But
Right.
yeah, unless you're sitting there and you're a day trader and you understand the stock market,
Yeah, because you don't
then
understand.
you're going to make that your full-time business. It's
Yeah.
sitting there in front of a screen while the trading hours are open.
Okay.
And so that's where we come in and we say, we kind of have a little bit more access to these other funds that most people don't.
Yeah,
We
you're
have a
not
better insight of where your funds are going.
Your platform, your trading platform's not Robinhood.
No.
Like you're not,
No.
you're not your everyday guy who's like, I can get on here and I can set up an account and I can this and that. No, you guys are like fucking.
You would have to be very experienced if we were to say, hey, here's our funds, and you go ahead and do it on your own. You'd be like, well, fuck, I don't know what these are. I don't know what I'm investing in.
Right.
All these hundreds of funds. And we're like, well, okay, we have it. We got it. We have it for you.
Like I met with a guy one time and I showed him all the funds that we invest in within Franklin Templeton and he's like writing them down. I'm like, you can write them down, but you can't invest
access
in them
them. Yeah, you
unless
can't.
you're with me. And he's like, well, can I look them up? I said, yeah, but there's 100 to 175 different companies within there that you're gonna have to go select individually.
Right.
And that to me, that's a giant.
You could do
headache.
it.
I'd be like, nah, I'm out. Like I'm.
No, and that's the thing is.
Well, but that's why
is-
you hire somebody.
Yeah,
That's
like
why you
that.
hire
yeah,
someone.
That's insane. I couldn't do that. Fuck that.
Yeah, no, and why would you?
Me
want
either.
Some people. That's the thing. Is that
Don't say that. You do that.
Don't say that.
people
Edit
don't
it
want
out.
to hire. They don't want to hire somebody. They want to do it on their own. But then they have all that risk. They're going to lose out.
Hey, but I'm a firm believer in like you get what you pay for.
Yeah,
Oh,
It is
okay.
100%.
And
Yeah.
if you try to do it yourself, there's some shit I'm very handy around the house. I can fix most things. There is some stuff I try and I go,
Nope.
I look at Kendra and I go, I fucked that up. Well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna call somebody.
If I know I
like
am not
I get
able to
somebody.
do it, I am not afraid to call a professional.
Exactly.
My ego is 100% put aside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, you know what?
Same
You
thing
look
with
at
money, right? Ego's put aside with money because if you don't know what to do with it, then. But
Yeah.
it's hard because a lot of people think they do know what to do
Right.
or they think they're doing enough.
Well, everybody always wants to say that they're doing enough, right? But when you start actually talking financials with people and game plans and long terms and hey, what's your actual plan here and when do you want to punch out and all this shit? They're like, well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
How much money do you need to live? Like,
They don't know.
I don't know. How comfortable do you want to be?
we like to call ourselves financial therapists because we get in front of a crowd and what's really taboo to talk about? Money.
Yeah, 100%.
And so everyone wants to shut down, but we get in front of them and say, hey, be comfortable. It's like you're going to see your regular therapist. You're going to give them all your problems and they're going to come up with a solution.
Yeah.
So talk to us. We're not here to judge. We're here to help.
Yeah.
1,000%. We want everyone to flourish in the financial market.
Right.
So tell us your goals. Tell us your wants, your needs. Let's sit down. Let's get some realistic numbers and see where we can go from there.
Well, and for you guys, it's like me in sales, right? Like, we partner.
Yeah.
And if you don't succeed, I don't succeed.
Yeah.
Like, I need you to do well, so I'm going to put forth the effort to make sure that you fucking kill it.
Yes.
Because we're in this together. So that's something that a lot of people don't understand. And with this therapist thing is, I tell everybody, they've heard more fucked up shit than you have. I promise.
They've seen worse.
Like, if you don't make $1 million a year and have $0 in your bank account, I wouldn't worry about
If,
anything.
if I'm not making your life better, then I'm failing as your financial
Right.
therapist.
Yeah, 100%.
Nice. That's an interesting concept. of financial therapy.
Yeah.
Because it's a very sensitive thing. Like, people are like, I don't want you to know how much money.
Most people
Exactly.
are like-
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, most financial advisors, like, how much money you got? Give me your money.
That's
Yeah.
all they
How
want.
much
They
money-
just
how much money do you have? How much money don't you have? Let's get you in the right direction.
Yeah.
Right.
And also,
No.
I'll make a funny story. I had an iron worker that worked for me. He's like, oh, by the way, I'm a CPA. I can do your taxes. I was like, I don't want you to know how much money I make.
Yeah.
The first thought in my mind is like, I don't want you to know what I'm making. And I'm not making some extraordinary amount. I'm not poor.
Yeah.
But I just don't want you to know how much money I make.
Yeah,
That,
it's very taboo.
Like,
it's taboo.
Which
we don't talk about politics or religion.
to
you
me,
know?
I've seen where I've come to a conclusion for myself that people are it's taboo for people to talk about money. Is one, they don't make enough. Two, they don't save enough, and three, they're spend out of their means.
Well, and I think that
And so they're embarrassed
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Which we're trying to eliminate the embarrassment.
Like, the numbers are the numbers. We don't care what
Yeah.
and how you're spending your money.
Yeah,
We're
it's
telling you
your
how to
money.
save it.
It's your money. We're here to help you. If you
Yeah.
want to go ahead and fail on that aspect, by all means, go ahead. It does not affect me whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm still here to help you.
And most of America's live in paycheck to paycheck. No
70,
matter,
74%.
and that's all brackets. That's not just your kid who's working at McDonald's $20
That's
an hour.
everyone.
That is CEOs. I mean, that's everybody.
That's why we're saying it does not matter the amount of money you're making. You see doctors out there, lawyers making $250, $300, $400, living paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
And then you have the guy that makes $50,000 that is rich.
Yeah.
He's wealthy.
Well, and that's what I tell everybody is you elevate your lifestyle based on your income, right? So
Yeah.
so you make a little more, you want a little more. You like nice things, you want nice things, you know. And
Then you start to live out your means, which we did for a little bit. We started making a shit ton of money, and we're like, Amazon
Yeah.
is our best friend.
Yeah.
You know, oh, the ice cream truck is here. You know, Amazon's here.
Yeah.
And we started spending, and then we figured out, like, if we keep on this road and something happens, our spending habits are going to outdo us for the amount of money that we're bringing in. So we have to figure that out.
Well, and I fucked up when I built my pool. I was like, I want to throw all my cash at this because I don't want to have this big loan at the on the back end.
We did the same thing.
So I'm
Straight
like,
cash.
yeah, cash, and then I'm like, fuck. I spent my savings. Like,
You save money, though, correct?
yeah. Oh, I mean, long
Long-term?
term, yeah, 100%. But
I mean, a pool, you're never going to get that money back when you sell
No,
it.
not
You-
once ever,
But
no.
you're going to get memories from it.
100%, and so are all my neighbors.
Well, I always like to try and tell people that you live as much as you can by the 50, 30, 20% rule. Whereas 50% of your income is going towards your bills.
Right.
30% is going towards your, and this is going to be like flip-flop, either your savings, retirement, or your spending. So like 30% of it can go towards savings, or 30% of it can go towards your spending, like fun activities.
Okay.
And the other 20%, either or.
Like our mentor
Live
right now.
by that rule, and you will flourish.
Our mentor, who's like teaching us about the financial services and stuff, and everything I've learned, he invests about $17,000 to $20,000 a month
Damn.
because he's in retirement.
And that's his fuck you money. That's
Okay.
that's his. Afterwards he's done spending his bills. He said, "I fuck you. I've already had my vacation this month.
Right.
I can put away this money."
Well, the game plan for everybody who doesn't realize is that your 401k will get you somewhere, but your 401k, if you put in 15% of what you make for a living and expect to live 20 years on that, it's unrealistic.
Very unrealistic.
I'll give you an example of like policemen or firemen. They get a COLA when they're retired. They get that COLA. It's like a 2% increase, but inflation's at 5 or 10 or 15%.
catching up.
You ain't never catching up unless you invest your money in retirement.
Right.
So when you're getting that $10,000 check, let's just say you're a chief that retired, if you don't invest that money, it's going to go away because you're never going to keep up with inflation.
Right.
So if that person retired at 55 and is now 65 and they're still getting 10 grand a month
Right.
or 11 grand, but inflation's up here, they're going to have to go back to work or get another job.
100%.
You will more than likely never outpace inflation, and that's
No.
why we try and teach everybody that, like you're saying, your 401k is not going to cut it. So let's open up a Roth IRA. Let's open up a traditional IRA,
A mutual
a
fund.
mutual fund, an annuity when you're of age. You have those multiple sets of retirement so you can live comfortably.
Yeah.
And then you could also have that type of generation wealth to pass down to your family. So you
Your kids won't suffer.
alleviate, your kids. It's only going to get harder and harder. If it's hard for us right now,
Right.
it's only going to get harder for our kids.
I can't imagine.
So why not hook them up if we can.
And the goal is to live off the interest and never touch the principal, or
If you
The
can,
dividend.
yeah.
It's called
If you
dividend
can.
income.
Okay.
Playing with the house's money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
okay.
if you let's say you have a couple million in your investments, your mutual fund investments, and you're 60 years old, a good rule of thumb is to take 4 to 7% of that mutual fund every year and let it keep growing.
Okay.
Because if it's growing at a 10.5% and you're only taking 7, you're never
Yeah,
gonna run out
there's
of
your,
Yeah,
money.
you're never gonna run out of
so you have
money,
a million,
100%.
there's 70 grand that you're taking each year, but that 930 is going to grow to the next year, and it's going to be 1 point.
Right,
you know,
and then your
something
percentage is
is
higher and higher and
Mhm.
higher. Yeah, okay.
You're
That
never
makes
gonna,
absolute sense.
You're never going to pull out more money than it's
Yeah.
going to grow.
Yeah, so so essentially what you want is to put enough money away that you never have to touch your principal, but that
Yes.
it's enough money for you to live off forever, and your children can have it, and that makes absolute sense because nobody's ever left me money. Nobody in my family
Same.
line has ever fucking been like financially, and my dad said I didn't have a 401k till I was in my 30s. We didn't know what the fuck it was, and then we weren't investing in it because everybody thinks Social Security is going to be around forever.
It's not.
It,
I won't even get until I'm like 72.
yeah,
And I'm not banking on social
Right
insecurity.
now, I think
No.
it's at like $1,200.
Yeah.
My mom
average.
just got hers. She's 70. She's in CalPERS,
Oh gosh.
and she gets $1,500 a month.
I hate to say it, but CalPERS is not a great retirement, and that's the only thing that's really offered to teachers. Is she a teacher?
No, she worked for. She always worked for a city or a county.
Okay, so they get CalPERS or CalSTRS usually.
Yeah, she's CalPERS.
Okay.
But because of her CalPERS, she only gets $1,200 or $1,500 a month in Social Security.
So it's funny you mentioned that because I did meet with somebody on Sunday that he had CalSTRS for some kind of school district, and he's like, in order to catch up for my retirement, because I don't have one, I have to buy back my time. So he have to put, I think he said he was gonna have to pay like 15 grand towards his retirement to give him an extra 500 and when he retires in 10 years.
Really?
And I'm like, instead of doing that, let's put this much away in a Roth,
Yeah.
and we'll put this much in a mutual fund, and he'll have like, I think in 12 years it was like $960,000. That's all, and half of that was tax-free money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he was going to spend this much upfront to only get $500 in retirement.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they don't teach you
yeah.
anything like that, you know?
No, and when you think about how much is it worth it, like longevity, right? So you plan on, everybody plans on living forever, right? So let's say you put all this money in to get an extra $500 a month. If you put 15 grand in, or is your life expectancy gonna match that $15,000 that you're putting in there? It takes forever to hit that.
And it's taxed.
Yeah. Ugh. So there's things that on paper sound good, but you need to talk to somebody. You need to talk to the Foxes about how to set yourself up.
Well, let's plug the Foxes. How, if someone wants to gain all this knowledge and this financial therapy, how does someone find y'all?
You contact us on Instagram.
Or you can call.
Or you can call,
Yeah.
your Instagram, or we can put our handle up later or
Yeah.
something.
Okay.
Tell you,
And,
say it.
uh,
Throw it out
phone
there right
number.
now. Let's hear it.
So you can, feel free to contact us, 951-655-0117. Text, call anytime.
Okay.
And then my Instagram was the Kaylove, KAYLUV _ Fox, FAUXX.
Follow us on Instagram.
Only 2.
Yeah, hit us up because we're not here to push anybody away. We want everyone to
Right.
flourish and survive, especially the younger generation.
Yeah.
And
You
you
know,
guys follow
when you're-
Shattered Wisdom?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so if you have to,
Yeah, you can look through our
go
thing.
through us and you can find.
Yeah, and we'll
The
tag
Foxes.
you guys on. I shot some clips and things, so we'll tag you guys in those, and then you guys can put them out on your things, and
Yeah.
and that way people can find you through the fucking internet.
Yeah, like we said, no judgment. Risking
Nothing.
in the market is scary, but
Right.
it's going to be scarier when you're 15, 20 years later
Right.
and you don't have these types of things set up.
Right.
And we don't want to be the people that say, "I told you so."
We have that
Yeah.
that feeling coming though with a lot of people we meet with,
100%.
like, we told you so.
It
You
would've
don't want to
been
be
great.
kicking yourself in the butt either, saying, "Man, I should have," because you can't go back.
Yeah.
It would have been rad if 23-year-old me,
Had friends
Oh.
like this.
no, but
Yeah.
who was
We
who
think the same thing.
knocked down all my student loan, and I had back, you got to think about this, 2004, 2005.
Oh,
I had
gosh.
$16,000 in my bank account.
Doing nothing.
That was a lot of money.
Doing
back
nothing.
then
That
for
was a
you.
huge amount of money. And I
Yeah.
could have easily taken 10 of that and
invested it.
invested into something and still had 6, which was still a lot for me
Yeah.
who lived with my parents and paid nothing on anything.
Yeah.
Oh, my
I know. But that's
Yeah.
okay. There's still time to catch up. That's what people don't.
Yes,
they think
yeah.
they're it's too late for
Absolutely.
me. And like the guy I met with was 52 years old,
Yeah.
and he'll still have that much
Yeah.
because he has to catch up. You have to do more when you're at that age.
Right.
But I mean, that's the fun part of it is meeting with people.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, honestly, we get excited when we plug in numbers, and I'm like, bro, you're gonna be a
You'll be
millionaire
fine.
when you're like, 30 years old. You start going this way, like, bro, that's cool.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite part. Is like, how much money are you guys gonna have?
Yeah, I
and
don't
you pay
care
me
about
this
how
much to
you're
do
gonna-
that?
Yeah,
Right.
We get paid
That's right.
a small fraction of what you're gonna make.
Well,
But
it's
it's
a leap
exciting.
of faith. It's a leap of
It's-
faith,
it
but
is.
No, but it's
it pays off.
yeah, and the bank's not giving you any money for your money.
No.
If you have a savings account or a safety deposit box,
Call us, please. If you have
Yeah.
a CD, please call us.
Yeah. So we'll get your money working for you, and that's what we're here for, man. Is to help everybody get a little more knowledge and a little more wisdom,
Yeah.
and the help that we never had.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wish I would have known myself now back then.
Yeah.
I would have kicked myself in the teeth and said, "Fuck, you better straighten up." And,
Yeah.
Dude.
especially when I was in the military, I would have done that 15%. I would have, stacked my chips, and then
Yeah.
bought a house. Made sure my investments are straight. Cause,
Well, I lived paycheck to paycheck in the military because it didn't matter.
yeah,
Yeah.
I had a place to sleep.
Yeah.
I had food to eat. I didn't give a fuck about anything.
And you had money burning a hole in your pocket.
Yeah, all fucking $500 every 2 weeks, or $2,000 every 2 weeks, or whatever it was.
It's funny. It's
Oh,
funny that
yeah.
you say that because our mentor says that when he was in the when he joined the Marines, he said his paycheck was $900 a month, and
Yeah.
he took 100 of it and invested that
Really?
because he sat with someone when he did like a safety stand down meeting,
Uh-huh.
and it was like this guy from an Oppenheimer group, and he's like, you can either invest in bonds at 3% or you can invest in a mutual fund doing a 10%, and he's like,
The numbers say 10%.
yeah,
is
so he's
bigger
like,
than
I'm gonna do
3.
mutual
10's
funds,
bigger than 3.
and he's like, whatever.
So I'm a
It
Marine.
sounds good to me.
Marine
Does this
math.
come with crayons?
You ate all the crayons.
All the Marines out there, thank you for your service.
Yeah. One day you'll get your head out of that jar. It's alright. Yeah, so what do you say we put some coins in this piggy bank?
Let's put some points in this pig, but let's plug her up.
Alright, well, thank you guys for coming out. Of
course.
It's been an
Thank
absolute
you.
pleasure. We are gonna fucking push everybody to you guys because, like I said, I know nothing about this shit.
No. One last time. Phone number, handle. How do we get a hold of y'all?
Let's see, 951-655-0117 or Instagram at
Caleb_Fox,
spell it out.
KAYLUVE_FAUXX.
Hit us up, DM us. We're here to help any time of the day. Let's get you guys' heads
Get
straight.
a therapy session on
Let's
money.
all be rich together and go to Thailand.
I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it.
That's the
I like Thailand a lot.
Our first business retreat in
Yeah.
Thailand.
There you
It
go.
is. Yeah. Our first, I wouldn't call it a shareholders meeting, but something to that effect, where we all count our money.
Scareholders.
Ping-pong ball holding
Yeah.
meeting.
Hell yes.
Thanks for coming by. I've been Jarrett,
I've been Jack.
I've been Logan.
I've been Kayla.
and this is Shattered Wisdom Podcast. And you motherfuckers are welcome for me sharing my friend's knowledge with you. So hit them up and let's see where we can go together.
Yeah.
Yay.
Let's make some
We're all
money.
going. Let's go.